Okay, so I'm just going to go over the startup of the machine. PLC control. It's going to show the date and the time. Sorry, the glare, the light there's a bit ugly, but no need to touch anything on it. It'll run itself. It's going to dump the auto drain, run the alarm systems. Alarms on this unit are low oil level, low oil pressure, high air temperature, carbon monoxide, and a 5-hour continuous run. All of those alarms will shut the machine off, light the light, and sound the audible alarm. In all cases, to clear the alarm, you'll have to shut the power off to the machine. So you're gonna have to shut the disconnect or flip the circuit breaker for 30 seconds and then reboot the computer. So any alarms, you're gonna have to shut power off to restart. So low oil pressure, low oil level, that's pretty obvious what the problem is in those cases. Higher temperature, obvious. The 5-hour alarm means if the compressor runs without shutting off for 5 continuous hours, it's basically just saying, you know, do I have a giant leak and I'm never going to shut off, or in the case that we have this huge fire, then you just keep going, you'd restart it and away you go. But if it's shut off in 5 hours and that wasn't the intention, then you're going to have to find out what has caused it. Hand and auto. If you run the compressor on hand, it's going to start up, run to 6,000 psi and shut off, and it will not automatically restart once the pressure drops off. If you're in an unmanned hull, that is what we suggest you do in case you do have a large leak. It's not going to just run until somebody notices that it's running. The automatic, it's going to turn on, and when the air pressure drops approximately 500 or 600 psi, so 5,400 psi or so, the machine will automatically restart itself and run into 6,000, and it will do that continuously forever. Oil pressure gauge, it's going to start up when the oil's cold, about to 40 psi, and then it's going to drop off between 20 and 15 psi. First stage, second stage, third stage, and discharge. So you're going to see them all come up when we start up the machine, but I'll just make a note, especially when you do your initial start, the discharge pressure is going to take a while before you finally see that gauge come up. Don't worry, it's just filling up storage, and eventually all of a sudden it'll jump up to about 35 or 4,000 psi.